Hi again, it's Steve with a walkthrough of the Business Continuity Registry. Now, this is a very simple table, one you could, create on Excel, presumably. But because it's created on Airtable, it has some features here that make it particularly helpful. One of which is that this is a web-based uh, table that is available to all the employees that you give access this to, and it's available via the web. So they can be at any desktop, they can be at any from their mobile phone. They can access this as well. So you don't need to have an Excel spreadsheet that you have to start emailing around or keeping in your file folders. This is very versatile in terms of accessibility compared to a typical Excel spreadsheet. The other thing too is that I create this one table with this one general view, which I'll go over, but based on the search options here of filtering, grouping, and sorting, you can create different views that are preformed. So you can have it grouped by internal contract or contact, by contact company, by external contact, by name, by the frequency of communications, and also grouped by department. And the list of variety of groupings and sortings you can do is limitless. But this gives you a chance to manage the data seamlessly without having, again, multiple tables that you have to create in advance. They're all preset and easy to reference. So in this table, I have created several fields. Very quickly going through there's the internal contact. That would be the employee in the company, the department to which that employee uh, belongs, and this would be a drop-down menu, so you can create your own categories as you see fit. Then there's the external contact name, which is the person to whom the internal contact, your employee, does business with, and all of the information related to that person, including their company, their phone, their email, the website, and where appropriate. For example, on a website, maybe it's a portal to a particular regulatory site, you would have the user ID and password. Um, you would have the drop down menu here for frequency of communication, so that if this is a person who's only contacted occasionally or once a year, that's fine. You should know that. But if someone comes in and they're supposed to contact that entity or that counterparty on a weekly basis, they would need to know that, especially if there's a calendar meeting that's supposed to be held. It's better to have that put into this database. So then there's the methods of communication, whether it's phone, email, which and which is generally the preferred method. And then again, importantly, what's the purpose of the communications? What's the relationship? What typically things you would discuss with this third party? And finally, any other relevant information, notes about dealing with X but not Y. When's the last time you had a communication with them? Did you need to follow up? These are all important things. The I also have a couple blocks in here that aren't, that I've shown in the past. That one is a description of what this table is for, and then another one is a search block, which allows you to basically type in a person's name, contact information, let's say the contact party's name, and you can find it in this table much quicker than if you had to kind of scroll through it and try to find it. Although you can, of course, sort it alphabetically if you so choose. So that pretty much summarizes it. This is not a complicated base, but it can be extremely important, as I said in my first video, because the most of the bigger kerfuffles or mistakes that happen in a retail business usually occur because of the change in command and people not realizing what's expected of them, or how to reach out to third parties. if something goes wrong, because that information is buried somewhere in a file folder, an Excel spreadsheet, or an email that no one knows about. So this is a way to make all that transparent, and that's the beauty of the Airtable registry as opposed to an Excel registry, because Airtable is available on any device from anywhere at any time. And I highly encourage you to use this template and customize it all you want, and add whatever information and views and bells and whistles that you like. But this will at least get you started. And I wanted to be able to explain, the power of Airtable and how it can be used for this particular purpose. Thank you for listening.